Good morning. So, starting this video late today. We're doing Veluxes today. You probably tell by the thumbnail. Yeah, in my pocket, mate. We started one. We're going to get that one finished before I show you, because I wanted to show you a little bit step by step on this one. If you've never done one before, it's quite interesting. Just getting all the PPE together because we just started cutting the tiles. So we're going to crack on and we'll show you what we're doing. The rest of the timber's turned up, but this isn't the wrong joist hangers. Typical. Right, as you can see, we finally got some nice bit of sunlight. As you can see, there's a little smog in the air. That's why we're getting all the PPE on now. This is the smallest Velux. We're probably going to get another one done today. This is the one I want to show you, but we just got in first thing, crack this one in. We're going to get it finished and then we'll show you the other one. So all I'm doing is cutting these tiles now. This setup, only 110 stuff, so let's go. Right, these blades are absolutely fantastic. This is a little diamond blade from Screwfix. I think it's less than a tenner, but when you get it on one of these angle grinders, it just pretty much eats these for breakfast. Look, and these are big, thick tiles. So, morning. Here we are back in the loft of love. Andy's currently hammering a joist hanger onto some wood. I'll just do a little walk around. So as you can see, we have got one window in there. One window in here, done. Plan today is we started to do the floor, extra long joist hangers over the beams, and is currently just hammering one of these on. For some reason they sell these joist hangers in packs of 5, so it sort of screws you up when you want to do, you know, a pair. So these are quite, I don't know why, but not many of these in stock anywhere. So we managed to get 10, so we're just going to waz these 5 beams in. 300 centres these are, using twisted nails, and then we're going to crack on with another Velux. Today we're going to put that one in this gap here, so I want to show you that today. But first we're going to just get these beams in. Right, Andy's just had to nip off because he's realised he's been driving around in his van with no MOT. It's just come up to the 3 years and he didn't realise, so he's had to nip off and sort that out. So we've just dropped this beam in. In a minute you can see I've just got a little packer there, so when I get this beam in, when I take that out, I'm not going to be touching the existing ceiling at all. Generally 2 inches is what you want to see. So I've got this in now. I'm just levelling off the next beam, making sure I've got 300 between this one and this one. I'll then hammer this in and then I'll go over that end and level this up and just do the same that end, and then got a couple more to do, and then he'll be back by then, so this should all be gone, and then we'll be able to start insulating this 200mm fiberglass, and then we can finish our ply over to the floor here. So yeah, we're getting there now. Just to warn you, when you are doing these, the building control man, if he's got anything about me, will check these holes. So every hole you can put a nail in, make sure you fill it. At the minute I'm just getting these in place, bending them over, and then at a later stage we will go around and nail every single one of these, but for the now I just want to get them in, get them settled, and then we'll nail them after. Just putting a couple in for now. Okay, as you can see, in there, so they're level that way, and then I'm in the bubble there, so it means the floor is nice and straight between there and this point. So now I'm just going to hammer this one in and then get on with another one. Okay, so now that beam is in place, all the offcuts that we've kept, we're going to be nogging, putting 3 noggins in, 1/3, so you end up with 3 gaps and 3 noggins. It's quite weird standing on the new floor. 3 noggins, and then just stagger them so you can screw through the ends and screw through, and you're not going to block yourself out. So I'm going to cut these, get these in. Just a little tip when you are doing this, your square is your friend on this, so you can square off the last piece of timber and then square it down the face like so, and then when you bring your next piece of noggin in, you know that that's going to sit directly down there, and then you can get it bang on the line there. So the new noggins are in, 1, 2 and 3. I'm now going to try and swing some timbers around on my own. It's a bit awkward in the loft. Get the joist hangers knocked on. Andy, did you book your van in for an MOT?
Yes. A week after it was due.
Law-abiding citizen that he is.
Working for two policemen.
Yeah. So I've got the last two joists in that we can, because we've actually run out of the long hangers now, but you can see what we're getting at. I'm actually stood on the floor now. This is going to be the height, and as you can see, we've still got a nice height. We have got to batten these out 25mm to give us 100mm and 50mm air gap, and then we're going to do a 50mm Celotex plasterboard over the top. Probably going to do a row of downlighters down here, and 4 or 5 sockets just around this area. The bed's probably going to go here. So what we're going to do now is, as you can see, we've got a double timbers there because we've got a Velux to go in here. So we're going to cut this one out of the way, and then cut a nice big hole in this roof here, and then we're going to get on with this Velux today. It's nice and bright and sunny. Right, we've got as much of this flooring as we can at the minute until the joist hangers come. So we're going to get on with this Velux. What I've done is measure from the ridge of the roof, roughly 2 foot we are to the Velux. This Velux is a 118. So there's my mark there. I'm going to cut this old roofing timber off there, and then I've got to put 2 pieces of 5x2 across. So double trimming it, so they'll trim into that one, and they'll trim into this one and these 2 here. I'm going to now cut this piece out, allow for the window which comes to there, and then again allow 2 pieces, 5x2 basically, to go from there to there. Just gives it the strength. Where you've cut it out, you're just replacing it with double timbers basically. So what I'm going to do first, we're going to cut this out, cut this felt back. Don't cut it, just do it in a V where you're cutting your window, and then fold it backwards, and then you can cut the batten and bring the tiles into the roof, so you haven't actually got to get out on the roof there. Right, so I've just nipped out to the van because the Velux we're about to install is in that little section of roof. So just in case, I'm going to park the van across the drive so no one drives on it, and just in case any tiles do fall, that does happen, just to batten braces. I don't want it going through the windscreen of the van. So
that's cool, Chris.
Right, I've cut this timber. That's basically just held in place now by the battens they've nailed through. So basically just rip this off, cut the felt, and then you bring the tiles into the roof. Right, felt has been cut back, left, so you need to flat that back when we're ready. Don't cut that yet, Andy. All I'm going to do now is just cut a section of this batten out, and then just bring the tiles in and just get all these in, and then you'll see a nice big gaping hole.
Good.
There we go, mini Velux now. So what I'm going to do now is basically take all these tiles out, take them out round where we got to put the flashing kit for the Velux, and then put the Velux in. Right, I've cut my battens back. Under here is where our new timber is. So if you cut the batten back just short, then you have to fold this old membrane or felt back on yourself. I'm going to drop this down actually, because where we drop these tiles off, it works perfect. With this flashing kit, we'll run over here, and then 4 inches the Velux will start from here. So we're going to just put these double trimmers in now, and then we'll drop the Velux in, fix it in. You have to literally just put a batten between, fix it on the bracket, top and bottom, and I'll show you that once we've done that. Right, we've got our double trimmers in now. There's the top, and there's the bottom. We're now going to just quickly unpack the Velux, stick it on, and then we'll just fix the battens after. I'll show you that, but it's very self-explanatory with these. They're very good. They give you good instructions and stuff to follow. Flashing kit, you can see we've got a little red dot on here. So if you come to the Velux, looking along the side here, you've got a little red line. So if you was to fit on a slate roof, you'd probably use this blue one. As we're on a big tiled roof, we have to fit this one so the Velux will sit further out of the roof. And then you've got these pre-drilled holes, and you just demonstrate. That just goes in there, and then it's all pre-drilled for you, and they give you a little torque screws that you just use to screw these in. So 2 at the top, 2 at the bottom, then you sit it in, and that literally sits on a batten, and you just screw that through a batten. As if by magic, the frame is in. So basically I've added a piece of batten here, and then that Torx bit is a real long 4-inch thing, goes all the way through and picks up the new joist here. You keep this folded out, and then literally the flashing kit sits all the way around here, then you just have to cut the tiles in. So these are nice bits of kit. If you can afford the Veluxes, I'd go for them. All we got to do now is, because this flashing kit will only come to here, I've got to add a piece of batten in so we can hang some tiles, and then they'll overrun on there. Right, there we go. I've added my second little roofing batten in. That's for my tiles to sit in. They'll then overrun here. We then just trim them off to this size, and then the flashing kit will run over, and everything runs over as it should. All we've got to do now is cut these tiles in. Flashing kit goes over the top ones, and just cut side ones in. And just sort of measuring this up. Something. Doing this one today, are we?
No, I'm just getting the measurements on that.
I thought he was feeling
No.
Right, now we're just going to go and get some sort of sandwichy goodness. Just assembling this flashing kit. First of all, you just put this bottom piece in. Really easy, it just sits over the edge, and then you line all them up. You then slide these side pieces in, 1 and 2. They're like your side gullies. They just slide into these bits of metal, and then you get this piece of trim. It's very simple to do. It just clicks over there, and everything's pre-drilled, and they give you like little screws with little bits of like sealant on it, and then you just screw them in there like so. Right, as you can see, I've got the side pieces in now. This little top piece, what I did was slid the tiles up, put the flashing kit in, and then pull them down. Then you get this little it's just because you haven't got a tile to lean on here, you need to put this little metal piece in, and then that all sits over there. And all we've got to do now is trim these side tiles in, put this top piece of flashing kit on, which I'll do now. Do put this piece on first, and then that flashing kit then clicks over, so it's all bent over, and then you've got these 2 side pieces that go in, and once you've got them in, then you can put these little screws there in that sort of pre-drilled hole there. Look, this side, you see that little hole there, that just slides up, and then will come and meet that hole there, and then that little side, it's like a little metal tab, you just bend that out, that slides up. That slides up and in just there, and then this bottom piece here, where you've screwed that outer piece on, you've got like a little metal bracket that just comes up and then just clicks in, all overlaps like that. In the kit you get these little tabs and little pins. It just sort of pins the flashing kit to the timbers, and then you can sort of tile up to the flashing kit. And it's just doing that at the minute. He does the little pinning bits. Andy! Yoo-hoo! Right, we've come to this point in the video again. I've now got all my PPE on. Andy's given me the measurements. It's a lot easier doing this bit with 2, because he can give me the measurements. I can then cut them off, and then we just keep passing tiles. Probably got about 10 or 12 tiles to cut in total, so we're going to get on with that because it's getting late on in the day now, and we want to get it watertight for tonight. So I'll show you the end result anyway, and we'll have a look around the loft quickly. It's always an anxious moment when you have to put the window in backwards like that. They click in, you just drop it in like so. There we go, another one done. Right, Andy's had a good little clear up. We're going home in a minute.